Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Film Geek here, and I just watched a movie called Ice Castles. It is a brand new movie. It's a remake of the 1978 movie of the same title. It is about a girl named Lexi who skates pretty much just for fun around her home. They're in it's either Idaho or Iowa. I'm sorry, Idaho or Iowa. I think it's Iowa. Basically just skates around the pond, and one day a friend of her father's basically convinces her to try out, go and try this local competition. She does okay, doesn't do great at the competition, but she catches the eye of a former Olympic men's figure skater who takes it upon himself to become her coach and train her. They end up going to sectionals, getting second place, and they go to like regionals, or maybe it's reverse. And she ends up winning her sectional thing and gets invited to nationals. And then she has an accident and goes blind, and her boyfriend helps her out to basically learn how to skate again while blind. This movie, first thing I want to say is that whoever casted this movie did a decent job on what appears to be a fairly low budget. All of these actors are people I do not recognize at all. In fact, the girl who plays the lead of Lexi, look her up here on IMDb, and it's the only movie she's ever done. And I thought she did a pretty good job. Wasn't like a spectacular performance, but was still pretty good. In fact, I could say the same about all of the actors. I don't really recognize any of them from anything, but they were all, pretty good. They weren't all great, but they were pretty good. The cinematography in this movie is a little odd. Through most of the movie, it's pretty good, but there are a few scenes where it looks like they all of a sudden went to some cheap digital camera. It's a little jarring. There was one scene in particular that stood out in my mind, where the boyfriend and the dad are conversing in the kitchen. That scene looks so different from the rest of the movie. It was really odd to see a lower quality camera be broken out for only a couple of scenes. The soundtrack for this movie was really good. I thought it had some really nice music to it, and really good moments for certain songs. However, I think that the sound editing, the mixing, I guess, was not so good. There were certain scenes where what should have been background music overpowered the dialogue to the point where you couldn't even hear it, especially at the beginning of the movie. The scene where she and her family, where the girl and her family are just kind of like skating for fun on the ice at a rink before the boyfriend has like a hockey scrimmage. What should have been just, like I said, the background music, it's like the music that they play while the free skating is going, is booming, and then the dialogue is really quiet with this loud thumping music. It was weird. I don't know who edited the sound editing on this, but they should not work again, ever. Then the story was pretty good, but apparently, it is a remake, so it's a story that's been done before. What else did I want to say about this movie? Oh, the pacing. That was my biggest downfall, was the pacing of this movie. It's dreadfully slow. She doesn't even have her accident until more than an hour into the movie, and it's only an hour and a half movie. If that, I think it's actually shorter than an hour. 95 minutes, so it's an hour and 35. And she doesn't even have the accident until like an hour in. Which I thought was odd, since that was like the focal point of the movie, really. But the pacing was just so drawn out. In fact, the regionals and the sectionals, we see her entire dance both times, and it's the exact, or skating performance, whatever you want to call it. and it was the exact same performance at both things. I don't think we needed to see the entire thing both times. It just really, drew it out. They could have done more types of shots, I guess. Show the reactions more than the actual performance. But they didn't, and so that, I thought, made the movie lag quite a bit. So all in all, decent acting, but not great. Good soundtrack, but terrible sound mixing. Mostly pretty good cinematography, but some really weird cinematography as well. And terrible pacing. I give Ice Castles a 2 out of 5.